Let's get talking now as we look at some of the top business headline now. Well, the first one, of course, Senate extend 2022 budget implementation till June. It's at yesterday. The Senate said that the implementation of the capital component of the 2022 budget from March 31 has been moved to June 30, 2023. The extension followed the request by President Muhammadu Buhari for the Senate to amend the time for implementation of the capital component of the 2022 Appropriation Act moved at plenary by Senate Leader Senator Ibrahim Gobir as at yesterday. So let's bring in Charles Fakroha, IBrandTV analyst, joins us now to make sense of this. Thank you for joining us. In terms of implementation of the 2022 budget, of course, we know we have a history of overlapping, or in terms of implementation, overlapping into another year. But it looks like since the January to December cycle has come to be, but we're still struggling with that, January to December cycle. So talk to us about this latest development where the capital component has to be shifted to June 2023 in terms of implementation. So talk to us.
Yes, thank you very much. Right, you can see that the budget, as you all know, is surplus spending, and we have mentioned the component of the budget. You have the recurrent and of course the capital expenditure. And I'm so impressed and even happy that the Senate is also looking at that capital component, which is what will create wealth, have money to the average Nigerian, not a recurrent where we used to service government workers. So if, as of now, we're already looking at March ending, and there are still some progress, then for me, I think it is fine and okay that it's been extended to June 30th. Because yes, you plan, all your plans, things might not go accordingly. So if there are issues here and there is an opportunity to explain it, so that the monies will be used for this capital project that will enhance the quality and living standard of the average Nigerian. I think that is okay. Yes, you cannot just continue to say this is the January to December. Yes, you must give them kudos. The president will ensure that the budget is read. But the implementation is another different ballgame. And in terms of implementing this budget, there are issues here and there is a need to extend it. I think we will support it because at the end of the day, it will make for transparency.
Now, one concern on one issue really that experts have really been emphasizing on is how to ensure that we sustain these cycle of budget from January to December and ensure a total implementation. But if you are to assess in terms of implementation of our budgetary system here, if you are to assess it, how well have we done with it? Yes, we know that we have our own internal challenges, especially with the back and forth between the National Assembly and the executive most time, which of course result in delay, most time in delay in passing the budget, delay in implementation and all of that. So talk to us about, give us your assessment of how well we have really implemented in our past budgets.
Yes, if you look at our past budget, yes, implementation has been a problem. And for me, I would say we have done maybe about 42% implementation. Yes, it's an issue there. We can see it too. But as you have said, that support between the National Assembly and of course the executive give you for that kind of issue. But again, you also know that when the budget is planned, the revenue that are expected to fall from this budget might not be available at the time of trying to implement certain budget. All these things will cause some delays here and there. Yes, it feels good to plan and have an overview of what you want to achieve within a certain time frame. So, what like I said, is plan, spending, and knowing where your revenue is coming from. If your revenue is, you are and planning to ensure that available revenue is used optimally. That is the essence for us to be able to improve on our budget implementation. However, we might not be able to have 100% implementation. But I think we can take it up to a reasonable level so that most of the projects, mainly the capital projects that are in the budget, are implemented, really to about 80 or 90%, implemented. That is where we will begin to say, yes, we can rely on the budget.
Okay, let's move to the next top business business headline here. Perhaps this is one of the biggest of the story of the day. Looking at the unemployment report coming from the Minister of Labour and Productivity, Chris Ngige, which also has said that unemployment has more than quadrupled in Nigeria since the administration took over in 2015. If you look at the data there, that's about 9.9% in 2015, up to over 33% in 2020, according to NBS report. I think that's the last report we've gotten as far as unemployment data is concerned. So talk to us about this. How concerned are you? Because this is coming from the Minister of Labour and Productivity himself, saying that the unemployment rate has, quadrupled since 2015. That's one. Secondly, what exactly have we done to address the rising unemployment rate in Nigeria? It looks like the government is doing much, but the impact is not significant in the labor market.
Okay, let me start with your first question. The information coming out from the Minister of Employment and Productivity. Yes, I want to give you good news. This admission is almost on their way out, and the minister showing this kind of concern. Yes, it's an indictment of the current administration. You made unemployment at 9.9% and over 33%, because this figure is at 2020, and of course, that figure would have increased. And he also said it has doubled, it's more than double, from about 4 times the unemployment rate as of now. It shows that, first of all, the implications of this employment, they are very, very serious. One, about of poverty and economic disempowerment. Security issues is here. And that is why we see a lot of security challenges. Our armed forces and security agencies have been overstretched because the youth are available tools for people who want to make use of them to become mayors in the country. We saw the last election. We saw how, because of unemployment, people were just giving tickets to go and cause confusion in so many parts of the country. The presidency is still going on. If nothing is still going on. And all this is too crazy if it goes back to unemployment. Now the government, what has been done so far in the case? Yes, we have seen so many things that they have given us policies here and there, yet we have still not seen any improvement. Instead, the situation is getting worse on a daily basis. Now, what to advise the government to do? Yes, they are already on their way out, but all those policies that they have put in place, let the incoming administration look at it very well and try to understand what were the issues involved. Do a reappraisal that these things were not being implemented optimally. And
let me quickly come in.
And see how they can begin to implement it.
Yeah.
Those policies were good, like the alcohol scheme, various empowerment schemes, by even the state government, trying to reduce unemployment. Then one most important thing is why the state government, local government, federal government, they should be sincere when it comes to empowering people. You don't
okay,
just come to one place, do a training that is not up to standard, and okay, you have empowered people, and they just do. At the end of the day, those are you expect you have empowered, end up not even making use of the skills they have learned.
Okay.
And of course,
Okay, Charles, pardon me to quickly comment. You talked about the next administration. So it means that this current administration is going to push a lot of responsibility that they should have taken care of in this administration to the next one, because when this administration came in 2015, they have been given an excuse of how they inherited a lot of problems from the previous administration. So I hope we're not going to have that in this time around, where the next administration will be, also be given an excuse of how much of problems or economic problems they've inherited from the previous administration.
Yes, that's very interesting. So that the factors of not continue like that. Yes, and that is why experts like us are setting the agenda for this incoming administration. We need to set the agenda because we don't want them to make the same mistake this outgoing administration is making, saying the previous government had this, and there were no issues. Now, you were better, and that is why the masses have chosen you to come and address their issue. If I have a company and I'm going to recruit a managing director, and he's telling me the previous managing director left too much problem, and I will just tell him to you because it shows that he or she cannot handle that company. Because you were better, that is why you were chosen to come and solve the problem. So we believe that this incoming administration, with the agenda is set for them, not to be the kind of excuses this administration has given us for the past in
Let's look at the next one. But key things we need to look at is the issue of unemployment. Not just unemployment, there's also a concern about the rising rate of poverty, and of course the economic disempowerment. Those are key pillar of this problem that we need to look at ahead of the next administration. But it's a collective, will I say, a three-pronged problem or headed monster that we need to really need to address as we head into the next administration. But let's go into the next story now, which talk about Nigeria's aviation sector, looking at the fact that airfares have jumped by 66% in 2022. So I think, talk to us about the issue with the rising cost, which of course is tied around the cost of energy, the cost of aviation fuel. Talk to us about this. We've not been able to address it. It's more than several months the federal government talked about the fact that they were going to partner with stakeholders in the industry to address the cost of energy, specifically the aviation fuel, and that has impacted on the fare in 2022.
Yes, thank you very much. You say the aviation sector is key to any nation's economic development because travel, store, people need to move around. People need to come to your country. And in that particular sector is having issues like this. Now, we're talking of domestic airfares. People moving from Lagos to Abuja to Port Harcourt to Kano, they need to move freely and at an affordable rate. And if as of now the fares are increasing, then it comes from concern. Like you have said, the problem they told us, the A1 fuel is an issue, forex here and there, problems in that sector. Now, that is not an excuse for the aviation authorities. It is their duty to ensure that they make these services available to the Nigerian people at an affordable rate. What the government needs to do is to ensure that the carrier, the operator, are those who are capable of running their company optimally. Yes, the government needs to also give them some incentives, like the aviation funds. Some of these aviation companies, the airlines that are struggling, and of course, they cannot continue in this business. Of course, they should be allowed to orderly exit the sector and let people have the capacity, the capital to run these airlines and see that Nigerians are giving the service they deserve, but at the same time, the government should ensure that even some of the regulatory taxes that they want these airline operators to pay to be reduced, so that you are creating an enabling environment to operate. It is very, very difficult for them to continue in this kind of environment. And that is why the only way is for them to increase service to meet
Okay.
their operation. And of course, you must also know the general economic situation has made even the purchasing power of the average Nigerian to be so low that those who only want to fly before,
It's okay.
they were the airfares have gone so high, let me now use alternative. And of course, we know.
Okay.
For those alternatives, the way road is there are also security issues.
All right.
One thing I want to commend the aviation authority in terms of safety, it has improved, but we need to ensure that domestic airlines are affordable to the average Nigeria.
Okay, I think we just have to leave it there because of our time. Thank you so much, Charles Fakroha, IBrandTV analyst, for sharing your thought with us on the program today.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Okay. Well, we'll turn our attention now to equities market, and that will be our next destination when we return from this break. We'll be back in a moment. Please stay with us.